Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. Today our group will about why is the impact of image a major controversy in the magazine industry today. Have magazine image affected your own life? Before we start, we would like to introduce ourselves. My name is ASNIDA binti JASNI.
My name is SITI MAISARAH binti OTHMAN.
My name is EMINYLIA binti RIZUAN.
My name is NAJWA binti ABDUL.
Magazine industry is one of the biggest industry nowadays. Magazine or a periodical publication containing articles and illustration which often aim on a particular readership is one of the printing presses other than newspaper and book. Nowadays, magazine is more into entertainment rather than intellectual compared to the earlier version of it way back in the 17th century. It sits in between newspaper and book, where the magazine have more content than the newspaper but less than the book. Many publishers try to be creative in designing and presenting their magazine to the public in order to attract their target audience and readers. Thus, spot the appearance of photojournalism, a form of journalism that employs image in order to tell a new story. An image could speak thousands of words, and that is why images are widely used in the magazine today. Almost all the magazines nowadays will have some sort of pictures in it. Image can be used in many ways and for many purposes in our life, thus creating a major controversy in the magazine industry. As for that, we will showcase in detail why exactly it is a major controversy in the magazine industry, and in addition to that, how magazine image affect our life. The invention of magazine started way back in the late 17th century, or to be precise, in the year 1663, where a German poet named Johann Ries created a periodical publication titled Monats Antriebungen. Even though the content of the magazine are mostly altered by Johann Ries himself, it able to inspire the creation of other types of periodical publication. It is considered a magazine and not a book, since it is being published periodically from 1663 until 1668. Next, in the 18th century is where magazine started to be more popular because of increase in literacy, especially among women. Magazine become one of the most popular sources of knowledge and entertainment. The word magazine is also created in this century, where it is coined by Edward Cave, an Englishman who created the Gentleman's Magazine in the 18th century. Thus, create a stage for magazine to be widely spread across the globe as one of the printing presses. Since then, the magazine has been through many kinds of revelation and phases. Nowadays, there are many kinds of magazine being published weekly and even daily. Today's magazine content are more vast than before. Rather than limited to poet or scholarly article, there are now stories in it, confession section, image, and even advertisement.
Next, let's proceed with the pros and cons. Nowadays, magazines are on high demand. People like to read the magazine because of the content and also the attraction of the picture. Colorful image can attract a group of kids, which is like comic book, while those that focus on particular business, for example agriculture, are suitable for adults. This is when images are important to attract people, but there are advantages and disadvantages in several parts, which is trading, editor, and ownership. In terms of trading, it is easy and convenient. Trade stock is a wide sector in the stock market, and third one is the rapidness of executing online trading portal is an advantage to several stockholders. Next, people nowadays like to use online platform. Through online trading, you can run a trade almost directly. With the fantastic image, it can attract people at the same time increase the value of trading stock. And the cons is a lot of people might think this is easy and the simplest one, but actually it's also the easiest to losing money. Because once your image is not good or not stable in certain magazines, your trade stock will decrease drastically. Trading demand a high tax liability. A tax liability is the sum of taxation that industry pays on the current tax value. And the last one is tax liabilities are gained due to making money, a profit on the auction of an asset.
Okay. For the pros in terms of editor, as for editor, there are a lot of job opportunities out there that offer a job for magazines. Editor also get an excellent payment. For editor for a magazine can get even more than 40,000 ringgit Malaysia. The cons for editor is editor must be a creative person and well educated. It takes most people around 4 years to earn a bachelor's degree. As for someone who work as freelance editor, they go through these spells when the job are not coming in as fast as they used to. And as for someone who work as freelance editor, the pros in terms of ownership is if you are a small business owner, you have most likely given some consideration to the best way to promote your magazines. It is because it starts with low cost. You don't have to lend too much from bank. Basically, all the profits are directly to the owner. If you have a very good image for your magazine that can attract people, you have a good profits too. So for the cons, if your business does not going very well, you will have unlimited liability. This happens when your content are not accepted by the public. Once your business are going down, it is hard and difficult to make it good back. This is why the content must be acceptable for the public. The image are also important to attract people to buy the magazines.
Okay, for research, according to President Ishak Hamzah, the Malaysian Book Publisher Association, foreigners still want to read book or magazine rather than online reading such as e-book. Printed book sale is 60%, meanwhile for e-book is only 40%. In Malaysia, the sales volume for printed book has dropped. They are more likely to read online rather than buy a book or magazine. According to the studies, overseas magazines have a lot of controversy in terms of the front page. For example, religious issue. Same as Malaysia, they also have a lot of controversy for the front page. Not only that, the image in the magazine also have controversy. For example, political issues that has become a recent issue in today's society. Image actually give an impact for magazine industry. It is because people intend to buy the magazine based on image that they use. For example, people will buy the magazine because of someone that they might be like or fans appearing in the magazine. Magazine image actually sometimes can affect our own life. For example, they use an attractive image to persuade people. Sometimes people cannot think wisely, so maybe they end up to buy the thing that magazine show. But after that, they maybe felt regret for buying that thing. For example, skinny pills. People easily attracted to skinny pills, but actually they can affect to our body. In conclusion, magazines are actually more fun to read than books or newspaper. Most magazines are not published daily, but they are more likely to publish weekly or monthly. Magazines are actually more expensive than newspaper because magazines use quality papers. Magazine also more interesting than newspaper or book. It is because the publisher for magazine designed the magazine to attract their targeted audience and reader. But magazine actually have a lot of controversy with their image that they use. It is because image can give a very huge impact for magazine industry.
Thank you.